Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Volcano-AC, and that was the BOSS WAZA tube amplifier expander connected to the ACS 8x4 KHE amp cap switcher from Audio Electronics. In previous episodes, I shared the purchase process and unboxing of these units. Link to those videos in the description below. The BOSS WAZA tube amp expander is an amplifier reactive attenuator that doubles up as an IR loader, and it is also a platform to share effect pedals across multiple tube amps when connected to an amp cap switcher. It also has onboard digital effects such as reverb and delay. It also has cap sims, mic sims, and you can also load your own IRs. In today's video, I'll show you how to do the main connections of the BOSS WAZA tube amp expander. By the way, this is not a sponsored video. I paid for this BOSS WAZA tube amp expander and the KHE switcher with my own money. In the intro, I created a loop using the Plethora X3 pedal and played over it. I changed between the Engle Fireball 25 amp and the Marshall DSL 20 amp. And I used two speakers, the Engle with vintage 30s and the Marshall with 70-80 speakers. As usual, don't blame the equipment for the player's mistakes. Now, let me show you how to connect this expander. To see how to connect the tube amps to the switcher, check out the link in the description below. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, and step number 1, make sure that your BOSS WAZA tube amp expander is off. Do not do the connections when the unit is on. Now, let's make sure our KHE switcher is also off, and now it is. I turn it around, and I'm gonna use a red cable right here, as you can see, and this red is gonna go in the send of the KHE switcher, so this will go to the speaker input of my BOSS expander, and then it's gonna come back with the blue cable right here back into the KHE switcher, like so. We have the red going to the BOSS WAZA expander and the blue coming back to the switcher. Alright, and this is the back of the BOSS WAZA tube amp expander, so I'm gonna start connecting from left to right. You can see right there you have the AC in, so we're gonna connect our power cable right there, like so. Then we're gonna go ahead and connect the cable that we connected in the output from our KHE Audio Electronics amp cap switcher. Basically the send goes right here where it says from tube amp right there. So remember, I was using the red to get out, so I'll use the red to go inside. Remember, maximum capacity is 150, ideally is for 100. I am at 8 ohms, so I'm not going to change anything, but if you're at 4 ohms, either amp or speaker, you can switch that, and similar here for the 16. And remember, the signal needs to go back to the KHE switcher so that it acts as the speaker as well. So you have this other output right there, this one over here, so I'm gonna go in the output A right there. Moving on, now let's do another important connection, which is the effects loop, send and return. So I have here my cable that it's going to the effects loop. So I connected right there. And then I have the return back from the effects loop right here. Like so. All right. I'm just gonna connect two more cables. One is front of the house, which I'm not gonna use in this video. So basically, you need to make sure you're connecting with the pins where they belong. So that will connect to the front of the house. It can go to a mixer. It can go directly to my audio interface. Like I say, I'm not gonna use it in this particular video. Okay, now last but not least, I'm gonna connect my headphones. I don't use them a lot, like I've mentioned in other videos, but just to show you how it goes, right there. It's a 1/4 inch connection, so right there. And I was forgetting, but actually, this is where you connect your USB cable when you are using a computer. Actually, today we're not gonna need it, but I just wanna show you that you're gonna need a printer style USB connection like so. So all what you gotta do is put it in, and the other side of this cable is actually a USB type A, so pretty standard, but we don't need it for today's video. All right, and now that we have connected our main cables, we're ready to turn on our BOSS WAZA tube amp expander. And now that it's powered on, we can go ahead and turn on our KHE switcher. All right, and now it's on, and remember, the red cable comes out of the switcher and goes to the tube WAZA amp expander, and the blue cable comes back from the expander to the KHE switcher. So now let's turn on our Fireball 25 amp and our Marshall DSL 20. Let me now choose the speaker. I will choose the Engle speaker, so number 2, and now the amp, which I'll choose number 2. All right, and that is all for this episode. If you like this video, don't forget to smash the like button, and for more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.